So Flora asks, I'm struggling with delegating tasks to employees, with making profit goals, and constantly feeling like I'm not doing enough. Oh my gosh, please give her a shout out below that you understand, right? Because that's us all. So listen, Flora, what I'm doing for you and for you who's listening right now, you're here for a reason. I'm going to tell you strategically what to do first, and then I'm going to talk about some of the mindset stuff, okay? So number one, let me tell you that it sounds to me, and having been in this situation, I know the feeling too, that your CEO hat is a little crooked right now, right? And trust me, like I said, you are not alone. This happens to so many people because most of us are wearing too many hats, like all the time. And when you're wearing too many hats, you don't even know exactly where to start. I've been doing this for so long, and yet this still happens to me sometimes too, where I wake up and just feel so frazzled. So I'm going to give you 3 action steps to take right now. This is the same thing I do for myself. I have it written down in a note on my phone because when I feel like this, I have to know where to get started because it paralyzes you. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. The first thing, identify what your big goal is. What is it you want to achieve in your business this year? What one football in our planning palooza for the best year yet training that we do, we talk about how you can only move one football down the field, only one football at a time. And what happens to all of us is that you get that one football because you're solid on this one football and you start going down the field and you're like, oh, wait, that's a great turquoise football right over there. I'm going to go get that football, right? You get distracted by bright, shiny objects. Happens to all of us. But no, you can't. You have to stay focused on what's the big goal. What's your one big goal? And listen, even doing that stresses you out because, yes, hello, I've been there too. Then just what is it for today? Like, what is it right now? What is it you're going to choose right now to be your one big goal? Just trust yourself that you know what it should be. Because you really do. Identify your one big goal, because if you don't know where you're going, it's so hard to get there. So number 1, identify your big goal. All right, number 2, acknowledge your wins. Oh my goodness, this is a psychologically, scientifically proven fact. It's such an underestimated but crucial part of stepping into your CEO position. You have to do it because it boosts your own confidence and morale because you can do hard things. You have done hard things. You've accomplished tons. It reinforces your strategy. You're like, okay, I'm on the right path here. It reduces that whole spaghetti on the wall attitude, like where you're just throwing all this crap on the wall. That's so stressful. And it's because you're looking for specifically what's working in your business. So do that right now. We call it hashtag pat your own back is what we call it. List it below because I want to hear what it is you've done. In fact, what we do at Retail Mavens is that, I'm a geek about all this science, about everything, about mindset, about team, about customers, about all this stuff. And what I work so hard to do is to take it and apply it in easy strategies, okay? And that's exactly what we're doing here. So number 1, identify your big goal. Number 2, pat yourself on the back. It also helps to create momentum. It reminds you of what you've done. It helps lift you out of that funk that you can get into. A third step is to prioritize the next 3 actions you have to take. Look at that big goal and then look at that list of what's working and then decide what the most important actions are for you to take. When you think about that all together, you'll be able to do it. Trust yourself. You can choose to not do overwhelm. Overwhelm can be a choice. And Juanita on our team said she learned that from Marie Forleo. And so she has on her computer screen, it says, I do not do overwhelm. Choose to adopt that attitude. Choose to step out of overwhelm and into decisiveness. Just make decisions. So coincidentally, because I know all about all this, this is exactly what our coaches do for our clients in our Profit Club. They identify the top 3 things that they've done really great, because sometimes people can't see it themselves, right? And then we identify the top 3 things that they should do to take action, because they've already identified what their goals are, so we know what steps they have to take. And those steps are based on what your goals are as well as what's going on in the store. Right? Those wins are actually verified by data. So it's not like I'm just saying, oh yeah, you can do it, go. We've actually looked and I can see that no, you really are doing great in this class. Because so often all it is that, when I say class, I mean class of inventory. So often all it is that you can only think of all the places that you suck in, right? All you can see is what you're doing badly. Step out of that overwhelm. Identify your big goal. Pat yourself on the back for what you've already done. And number 3, identify the next 3 steps you have to take. And if you want help knowing how to maximize your profits and peace of mind, I have a training that I'll link below. Maybe that would help you. So check it out. Maybe that's what you need to do if you can't think of what 3 steps are. Because believe me, I have been in that position too. And that's the mindset piece that I want to tell you about, is that when you get in a place like that, don't beat yourself up, because that's not going to get you where you want to go. You know that. But it's kind of like you don't know what to do first. So put these 3 steps in a note in your phone so that you're like, this is where I go when I'm overwhelmed. This is where I go when I feel like I'm not enough. Because you are more than enough. You have accomplished so much. You have done the thing. People dream of owning their own business, and you've done it. I can hear you rolling your eyes because you're like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I'm not any good at it. And that's not true, is it? There are things that you're great at. Listen, if you need help, that's what we're here for. Don't hesitate to reach out. We have a bunch of different programs that can help you get you to where you want to go. That's what we're here for. I don't want you to stay in that position of just feeling overwhelmed and like you're not enough. And no matter what you do, you're screwing up. It's not true. Because you are good enough, you are smart enough, and you're doing great things. So now take action on them. Identify your big goal, pat yourself on the back, and what 3 actions should you take? If you need some help with it, I'll put that link below for the training. You're loved. You're so very loved.